Heading into the next round of televised impeachment hearings tonight, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi says Democrats have not yet made a decision on whether to impeach President Trump, but she did publicly accuse him of bribery, and that word is significant. There's also news tonight that more ears were listening in on a phone call that not only ties the president to a pressure campaign in Ukraine, but is also prompting concerns of a security breach. Nancy Cordes reports from Capitol Hill.
Quid pro quo, bribery.
For the first time today, House Speaker Nancy Pelosi used a term that has been gaining steam in her party.
Bribery, extortion and bribery. Bribe an ally.
Article 2 of the Constitution says a president can be removed from office for treason, bribery, or other high crimes and misdemeanors.
That's a very serious charge. What makes this a case of bribery?
The bribe is to grant or withhold military assistance in return for a public statement of a fake investigation.
Could we be looking at an article of impeachment having
I don't
to do
know
with
about
the
that.
bribery?
Haven't even made a decision to impeach.
The Associated Press reported today that a second staffer at the U.S. Embassy in Ukraine overheard President Trump talking this summer about the investigations he was seeking. The staffers had been sitting at a cafe in Kiev with Gordon Sondland, the U.S. ambassador to the EU, when Sondland used his cell phone to call the president.
What this call indicates is that the instructions are coming from the president on down.
At least 8 witnesses have now testified that Mr. Trump wanted Ukraine to probe his campaign rival, Joe Biden. Republicans still say it's not true.
They will continue to try to make something up when we have the facts of the phone call. We know there was no pressure to either leader, and the money was released.
Intelligence Committee sources tell CBS News they're now looking into Sondland's apparent use of an unsecured cell phone to call the president from that Ukrainian cafe. Security experts say that's highly unusual, especially because neighboring Russia has a history, Nora, of hacking U.S. government phones.
Especially with the president on the other line. Nancy, thank you. CBS News will provide live coverage of the impeachment hearings tomorrow morning. That's starting at 9 Eastern.